So, um, imagine spending 30 years immersed in China and then looking back at how completely it's reshaped you. This piece really dives into that journey, how living in Guangzhou, Shanghai, and beyond changed a Brit's perspective.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's like, a real life cultural odyssey.
Exactly. The narrative kicks off by asking, how is China changing? And it truly prints a picture of a country that's rapidly evolving. You see cities morph into global hubs while retaining their deep rooted traditions.
Right, and that evolution is just so dynamic. I mean, even the way expats experience places like Guangzhou and Shanghai is a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely. I found the description of life in Guangzhou particularly vivid. It's not just about skyscrapers and modernity, it's also a dive into everyday habits and, those subtle cultural cues that shape daily living. It
Yep.
really captures that unique blend of old meets new.
And then when you pivot to Shanghai, there's this whole idea of it emerging as an expat hub. It's like a cosmopolitan magnet that draws in talent and a fresh mix of cultures.
True, true. The piece paints Shanghai as these bustling crossroads where the East and West not only collide but also cooperate, which is kind of amazing when you think
Yeah.
about it. It's a blend that's redefining cultural identities.
Speaking of language, the part about speaking Mandarin stood out to me. I mean, it emphasized that learning the language isn't just about communication, it's a gateway to understanding deeper cultural contexts.
Yeah, it's like the language becomes a key to unlock a whole other way of viewing the world. Without mastering Mandarin, you're missing out on richness that the locals take for granted.
Exactly. But what really had me thinking was the discussion on misconceptions about China. There's always a bunch of stereotypes floating around in the media.
Right, and it's interesting how the narrative challenges that it points out that many negative images, like those based on isolated incidents or even outdated views, don't capture the full picture. It's a call to look
Yep,
deeper.
I agree. But here's my take. Sometimes these criticisms might um, be a bit too sanitized. I mean, isn't there some truth behind a critical media perspective, even if it's messy?
Well, I'd respectfully say that while there might be grains of truth, the overarching portrayal risks overshadowing the nuanced reality.
Yeah,
Sometimes the narrative is simply too reductive.
fair point. And then the discussion segues into identity. Like, after 30 years immersed in a culture so different from your own, who do you even become?
Exactly. It's that internal tug of war between one's roots and the life you build in another culture. It asks, what is your identity after decades in Asia? A very reflective and personal challenge.
And it's not just abstract, there are real tangible influence markers in habits too, right? Like the shift in everyday behaviors.
Totally. Consider the chapters touching upon Chinese habits and the contrast between individualism and group orientation. It's like you're constantly balancing, say, personal ambition with a very collective, community driven
Yeah.
mindset that can reshape how you approach relationships personally and professionally.
Speaking of relationships, the video even dives into whether you should be friends with Chinese people to do business. I found that really intriguing.
Right. It suggests that business, in China's context, isn't just transactional, but is deeply intertwined with personal bonds and trust. Like your business relationships can be an extension of your friendship circle.
And then there's this whole part about how to make Chinese friends. It's not just about networking, it's about understanding shared values and cultural cues.
Exactly. It's like if you appreciate the art of guanxi, the network of relationships, it changes your entire approach to social and business landscapes.
Yep.
It's all about the long term relationships.
And looking toward the future, the conversation touches on the dynamic between the West and China. That segment on the future of relations with the West really got me thinking.
Yeah, it proposes that the West might never quite catch up with China, especially considering how deeply integrated these societal shifts have become. It paints a picture of a shifting global balance.
It does, but I wonder if that's a bit too one sided. I mean, could there be missed opportunities in the West to adapt and learn from these cultural dynamics?
That's a solid critique. I think it may be a slight exaggeration, but it serves to underscore the magnitude of change that's been happening in China. It's like
Yeah,
the context is different on both sides of the world.
absolutely. And then there's an amusing twist about the weird things noticed in the West after 30 years in China. I love how it highlights that After years of embracing a radically different way of life, the West can seem almost peculiar.
Yeah, it's like you come back and suddenly the fast food routines or the way people interact, it's all, a bit odd after such an immersive cultural experience. Definitely eye opening.
And then we delve right into those life principles and the meaning of life discussions. It's not just about geography or culture, but about broader personal philosophy.
Precisely. After 3 decades, you start asking what really matters. It becomes about values, how to balance progress with tradition, and how to carve an identity in a rapidly changing world. It's
Yeah,
deeply introspective.
I love how this narrative doesn't shy away from the tough questions. It pushes you to reflect on what influences you truly allow to shape you over time.
And, it's like these 3 decades are not just years spent physically in one place, but they represent a transformation of
Right.
self, almost a metamorphosis of perspective and values.
Indeed. It reminds me of that classic analogy where, like, you're a chameleon adapting to your surroundings, but also at times feeling a bit lost about who you really are.
Yep, exactly. And that touches on another key point, the constant negotiation between staying true to your origins while absorbing new cultural influences. It's an art, really.
Now, thinking about the production and the workshop angle mentioned, how it's tied to learning from these experiences, do you think it positions this sort of storytelling as a tool for people looking to um, better understand cross cultural interactions?
Definitely. It not only tells a personal story, but also provides insights that can be harnessed for success, like in business and even personal growth. It's leveraging
Yeah.
lived experience as a guide.
It reminds me sometimes when I read about such journeys, I think of it as a roadmap, a way for others to navigate the intricate dance between cultures.
Right, it's a blueprint on embracing change and, understanding that every new experience enriches who you are. It's powerful stuff.
And while some might argue that remaining close to one's cultural roots is paramount, this story shows that blending, even clashing, with another culture can open up a whole new horizon of opportunities.
For sure. And even though it's not all smooth sailing, there are challenges and moments of cultural dissonance. It ultimately paints a picture of growth and the embrace of diversity, a
Yeah.
journey of transformation.
In the end, it's like the story is an open invitation to question, adapt, and continuously evolve. Quite inspiring, really.